Hello students of grade 5, this is Ma'am Abigail, and in this unit you'll find out about people who have made headlines and shaped history. You'll investigate the style and language of a newspaper, an autobiography and a biography, and write an article about an unsolved mystery. People in the news. News is available online, on TV, and in newspaper and magazine. I want you to reintrospect yourself and ask some of these questions. Do you know the latest news? Do you read the newspaper? Why? What news topic interests you? And what role does the news play in our life? Let's discuss the purpose and impact of a headline. Are they always noticeable? Are they easy to read? Is it difficult to ignore? A headline is one of the main features of a newspaper. It can be biased, neutral, figurative, or literal. The punctuation plays a vital role in making the headline sound more interesting. Let's have a look at some of the punctuation used in the headlines and what they mean. Bad weather strikes. Strikes has been capitalized. Capitalization highlights a word for impact. Rescue mom hero. Brackets have been provided. It adds additional surprising information. And the winner is. Here, an ellipsis has been used. Ellipsis creates a pause or suspense. Congrats, it's a boy. Here we see that two punctuation mark has been used. One is a hyphen and the other an exclamation. Hyphen causes pause and an exclamation. It creates an expression of joy and happiness. Balloon trip, a great success. A colon has been used which provide a pause followed by an explanation. Teachers' parents get A+. A comma is used in place of a connective to shorten the headlines. New mobile device a win. Speech mark here indicates a biased views, whereas unsinkable liner goes down. Here, speech mark is used, but it implies so-called and emphasize how wrong the description turned out to be. Here's a news report about Rosa Parks on page 28. Now what I want you to do is skim over the news report. Try to look for clues because it's an important skill to practice. Don't read in detail while skimming. Try to get an overall sense of the content and tone. For example, heading, picture, first and last sentences, whether the report is serious, light-hearted, fact, fiction, formal, or informal. Here's a brief summary of the report. Rosa Parks is an African American who was arrested that day for violating a city law requiring racial segregation of public buses on the city buses of Montgomery, Alabama. The front seats were permanently reserved for white passengers. The intended purpose is to inform the public. Language used is standard English because news reports usually try to maintain a high standard of formal language. Style, the way in which a text is written. It may be serious and formal, or just informative. The impact. What's the news having? Negative or positive reaction? The format is putting the information in order. So here we see that the news report of Rosa Parks was organized because headlines and paragraph break the report up into manageable sections and put the information in order from the most important to the least. Proverbs are well-known wise old saying. They often use an image to express a common belief. It is short to the point and contains simple truth. I want you to look at the four proverbs and see which proverb best sums up the Rosa Parks story. News report is written by journalist who decides which detail to include or exclude in an article and what to say. This affects the tone and the impact on the readers. The structure of a news report is often described by journalists as an inverted pyramid. The information flows from top to bottom. The shape indicates that the most important information should come first and not the relative volume of information. The lead is the first sentence or two of a news report. It provides the most important details: who, what, where, when, why, how. Remember, you need to answer the question and write the lead paragraph in full. You will notice that each paragraph will be unique and reflect the writer's view. The rest of the report gives extra details, quotations, and opinions about the event. Let's look at what details the lead of the Rosa Parks report gives. Who is the journalist referring to? Rosa Parks. What happened? She was thrown off a bus. Where? Alabama. When? 1st December 1955. Why? Because she broke the law. How did she break the law? She defied the law and the police were called. Facts and opinion. A news report gives the fact about an event and may also include opinions. The reason why news report has mainly facts is because it gives detail about what took place so that readers can form their own opinion. The difference between a fact and an opinion is that fact can be proved. Opinion are someone's view. The tone is the way the writer expresses their feeling, attitude, and emotion through choice of vocabulary, sentence length, and punctuation. For example, word choice like thrown off implies that she was treated badly. So, word choice affects the tone and it sounds less emotive. For example, I am satisfied with your work is very different from I am delighted with your work. Let's look at the language and tone of different text types. Learner's magazine is usually relaxed and friendly. A business report is formal. A letter of complaint is serious. Remember, a news report about a past event will be written mainly in past tense, but a report informing people about a coming event is mainly in future tense. For example, tomorrow a black woman will be arrested. It has no meaning because it refers to something that hasn't actually happened, but a report informing people about a forthcoming event is mainly in the future tense. For example, forthcoming sports events or weather forecasts. Rosa Parks published her story in an autobiography on page number 35. I want you to look closely at how the narrator's voice can influence the story. For example, who tells the story? How is the story different if someone else tells it? Why? An autobiography is a personal account and uses first-person narrative with pronouns like I, me, we. The voice is the voice of the subject. The details include things as experienced by the writer, whereas biography is a historical account or obituary and uses third-person narrative with pronouns like he, she, it, they. Details are researched and presented. The voice is not the voice of the subject. Remember, news report informs reader of events and uses language to attract readers by catching their interest, whereas autobiography aims to inform readers of events but in the context of the person's life. So the time frame are quite different. An autobiography can include personal thoughts, feelings and ideas. The language style may be more informal and personal. I want you to read Jamila Gavin's autobiography, which is set in a particular time of history. She begins her story on the school playground of different schools she attended. The reader is made to realize that moving schools was a significant event in her life. The historical, cultural, religious context may be unfamiliar for the readers, so the writer provides enough clues, descriptions to help us understand the context. For example, the events in the news when she was a child were World War and Indian independence. Even though the events in the extract are not mentioned, she does mention three facts of her moving to England 3 times. She was trying to impress her new friends at the new school. An autobiographical writer decides which facts are told, how much personal opinion to include, and how accurately to recount events. Most autobiographies are a mixture of facts and writer's opinion, and every text has a context, that is, the circumstances, time, place in which it was written. Short sentences refers to short responses to her peers, leaving out details to impress them, whereas long sentences refers to the reader to provide background information shows how she spoke. Connectives are used to link one sentence to another or to extend a sentence. For example, in the last sentence, the connective that has been repeated frequently many a times is and. Now why and is repeated? Because it has the effect of someone recalling the story. Make a start. Here are some few steps that will help you to write your autobiography. Firstly, record an event. Then begin writing your autobiography at the moment that's important to you. Develop writing as a process, gather ideas, and write a first draft. Choose your vocabulary carefully, plan and edit your work independently, and remember, your autobiography should always begin in an attention-grabbing way. Use connectives and refer to page number 125 while writing your autobiography. There are some few examples of connectives given there. Obituary is a short written biography of a person who has died, published in a newspaper or online, often announcing the funeral service. Read the two obituaries of Amelia Mary Earhart and Frederick Joseph Fred Noonan. Let's look at the features and content of both the obituaries. The similarities between both the obituaries are they both died in the same accident, plane crash. Although the dates differ, both achieved first in the area of flight and navigation. They both have positive tone. The dates in the headline tell us Fred was slightly older than Amelia but went missing on the same day. Fred was declared dead a few months before Amelia. Making the news. Let's revise how a news report is structured. Recall the inverted pyramid. Don't forget the lead that should provide important details and answer the question as of who, what, where, when, how, and why. The language used. Standard English. Avoid informal speech. And don't forget to use good punctuation and third person narrative and write mostly in past tense. Gather information from both the obituaries and any other resources available to you. If possible, you can watch the film and make notes or do some research online. The report and headline should include both Amelia and Fred, giving equal weight to both the people. If time permits, try to create the front page of a newspaper containing the report as the main feature story. This is an extensive writing activity involving research, planning, presentation. Have as much extra information as possible. Competent writers will manage a lengthy report with lots of details, but learners who need extra support may only manage 3 or 4 basic paragraphs. Use the news report assessment sheet to help you assess your written news report. Does your report has an attention-grabbing headline? Do your lead answer all the questions? Do the report includes mainly facts and some opinion? Are the reports written mainly in past tense? Does your report includes a few quotes correctly punctuated? Is the style and tone formal and impersonal? Is the language used is correct standard English? Is the report edited and proofread? Give a presentation. Give a presentation is all about practicing your speech to build up your confidence. You could use a picture, photograph, poster to help you. Firstly, choose any topic of a famous person. It can be current or historic who has made the news for some special or unique act. Secondly, plan. Planning is essential to develop confidence. Plan your speech. A well-prepared learner is likely to speak with greater confidence and ease. Practice. Practice in front of your family or a friend who can give constructive feedback. Remember eye contact, speak clearly, use expression while delivering your speech. Now, while you are delivering your speech, remember the 3 main headings: introduction, main body, and conclusion. An introduction is to get the audience attention and stating your topic and purpose of what you are going to speak about. The main body requires only 3 or 4 points in a logical order, and lastly, summarize your topic clearly, making a lasting impression. Success criteria for your presentation. Did I plan my speech with an introduction, body, and conclusion? Did the body have 3 to 4 points in a logical order? Did I include facts and opinions? Is my speech interesting? Did I practice my speech well enough? Did I speak with confidence using eye contact and a clear voice? Practice your speech in a comfortable environment is a fun way to build confidence. That's all I have for you. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.